This book has been studied by CEOs, entrepreneurs, athletes, and politicians. It's on the shelves of rappers, actors, and corporate leaders. It's been banned in some US prisons, and yet it continues to be a bestseller around the world. This is The 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene, a book that doesn't tell you how the world should work. It shows you how it really does. First published in 1998, The 48 Laws of Power has sold over 1.2 million copies in the United States alone and has been translated into more than 30 languages. It continues to be one of the most influential books on strategy, power dynamics, and leadership because it draws from 3,000 years of history using real stories of emperors, generals, philosophers, and politicians to reveal how power has always been gained, lost, and maintained. Why it's controversial. But this book isn't universally praised. It's also one of the most controversial books of the past few decades because Greene doesn't offer moral lessons. He doesn't tell you to be good or fair. He simply observes and records how power works, whether we like it or not. Some call it manipulative. Others call it honest. The book is often banned in US prisons, including facilities in states like Utah and California. Correctional officials have said it poses a security threat, believing that inmates could use its strategies to manipulate others or disrupt order. That's not fiction, it's a documented fact. Why it's a bestseller. Despite the controversy, The 48 Laws of Power has had a major cultural impact. It's been publicly endorsed by high-profile names like Jay-Z, who referenced it in lyrics, 50 Cent, who later co-authored The 50th Law with Greene, Will Smith, who mentioned it in interviews, Kanye West, who is said to have used its insights in his career strategies. The book is also widely read in business schools, law programs, and corporate coaching environments. Not to promote manipulation, but to teach awareness of real-world. Robert Greene himself has clarified in interviews. This is not a book about becoming evil or manipulative. It's about recognizing the patterns that exist in history and human behavior so that you don't fall victim to them. He said, power is immoral, it's a game. It's not about right or wrong, it's about understanding. Understanding, not blindly applying. Let's look at a few of the actual laws and the historical logic behind them. Law 1. Never outshine the master. This law is based on real court dynamics throughout history. Leaders who made their superiors feel insecure often lost everything. Greene references Nicolas Fouquet, a French finance minister under Louis XIV. He threw a lavish party to impress the king, but instead made the king feel overshadowed. Fouquet was arrested shortly after and spent the rest of his life in prison. Law 3. Conceal your intentions. History shows that transparency can be a vulnerability in power games. Leaders like Otto von Bismarck kept their true motives hidden until it was too late for their rivals to stop them. The point is not to deceive, it's to think strategically, especially when stakes are high. Law 6. Court attention at all costs. From Julius Caesar to P.T. Barnum, those who commanded attention built influence. This law isn't about being loud. It's about being visible and memorable in a competitive world. Barnum, the legendary showman, understood that being talked about was more important than being liked. He staged elaborate stunts and outrageous hoaxes just to stay in the public eye. His philosophy, there's no such thing as bad publicity. Law 15. Crush your enemy. Totally Greene gives the example of Cao Xiao, a Chinese warlord who believed that half-defeated enemies always return stronger. Whether you agree or disagree, the historical examples show how leaders who left threats alive often paid for it later. Law 33. Discover each man's thumbscrew. This law explores psychology, not cruelty. Understanding people's true motivations, fear, ego, insecurity, allows leaders to influence more effectively. The lesson is about knowing people, not exploiting them. In today's world, business, social media, politics, the game of power hasn't gone away, it's just changed form. Understanding how power operates isn't about becoming ruthless. It's about being prepared, staying aware, and leading wisely. Whether you're building a business, negotiating a deal, or navigating corporate life, These principles help you see the 48 Laws of Power is not a self-help book in the traditional sense. It doesn't promise happiness. It doesn't tell you to manifest your dreams. It tells you how to navigate real-world dynamics based on centuries of lived human experience. You don't have to agree with every law. You don't have to apply them all. But if you want to understand the world of power, this book is essential reading.